Henry Saw walks through a thick swamp, silently treading through the thick water, hunting for a bounty known as cephalomine. Cephalomine senses a hunter and floats up a tree, clinging to its branches. Henry smelled the scent getting increasingly stronger, and he knew that the target was moving right towards him. He pulled out his curved machete, ready to slice the pursuer. Cephalomine dropped from the branches above Henry and fired a flurry of missiles. Henry responded with a great slice, but no contact was ever made. Cephalomine and its missiles hung in the air above Henry, and Henry's blade was stuck in the green light that came from the spaceship above them. The tracker beam carried both Legend into its holding bay and then flew off into the sky.
Mantis Slinger looked at a picture that he carried in his hat of his good friend Henry. Had Henry truly turned evil and burned down this town? At the edge of the charred town, Mantis Slinger rolled across a set of footprints that led into the sand dunes. The tracks led to the edge of a farm, which looked intact but abandoned. There, the robot sensors scanned Mantis Slinger's approach and noticed that Mantis Slinger was a friend of the great Henry Saw. Deciding to use this as an advantage, the robot walked towards Mantis Slinger and extended his hand.
Long time no see. I was wondering when we would cross paths again.
Mantis Slinger stopped in the sand and asked the robot, "Henry? Was that you who destroyed the town?"
The robot replied,
You know it would never be me, buddy.
The robot then quickly sliced at Mantis Slinger with his curved machete, giving Slinger only a few seconds to block the attack with his claw. The robot pulled out Henry's iconic gun and started to fire at the Mantis with extreme accuracy. Mantis Slinger sped away, trying to avoid the bullets, but was hit and fell into the farm. The robot pursued and jumped on top of the Mantis, ready to slice into it with his blade. Slinger quickly reacted and stabbed the robot through the chest. The Mantis pulled out its blade and saw the gears whirring inside the robot's body. This was not Henry Saw. The robot opened its mouth and retracted its false teeth to reveal spinning drills. It moved its death trap mouth towards Slinger as a green light flooded the two. Both ascended through the roof and into the bay of the same starship that had taken the other duo. The spaceship then docked into a station and unloaded the 6 fighters it had collected from 3 different worlds. These fighters would have to fight to the death in an arena to go back to their lives. The snowman named Cliff warped around the arena, making multiple clones of himself, speaking to Abby through multiple versions as she pummeled him with her club. He was begging her to calm down.
No one wins in a battle to the death.
Abby replied,
I am a winner. Always have been.
as she smashed through all of Cliff's clones. "Who are you?" yelled Mantis Slinger at the robot masquerading as Henry. The robot opened its chest and fired a salvo of missiles at Slinger. Slinger cranked up his tank treads and zoomed away as the missiles passed him, firing his Gatling gun at the robot. Cephalomine fires a mind beam at Henry with pulsating energy. Henry runs toward the beam of energy and jumps at the last moment, landing a backflip and fires a spray at the octopus. The octopus uses a psionic blast to spray the bullets away from it, and they clash. Cliff and Abby continued to fight in their own ring.
The only way we can all win is to try and escape.
I cannot let you win. I will not.
Cliff had spent an hour making flash clones and was exhausted. He slowed his rate of flashing around the arena as Abby slogged on behind him, bashing the clones with a withering strength. Abby fell to the floor exhausted, and Cliff soon dropped too.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I gave up. I never give up. Give me 5 minutes. And then you're dead.
We need to have a calm mind if we are to find a way out of this prison,
said Cliff as he flash cloned again on top of Abby to end the match with a technical knockout.
Henry Saw, Mantis Slinger, and Cliff all fell through the arena down into a vent system that wrapped and bent, landing the 3 next to each other on a small circular platform over a massive pit. As the group scrambled and got up, they saw the other 3 combatants fall respectively on the other side of the massive chasm Large metallic sheets began to enter from the sides of the arena, filling the massive chasm with a battlefield. Rising to the surface on the right came a huge pillar with the alien perched atop it, waving a golden scepter. The alien on the pillar screamed, and the circular platforms that both teams were on tilted, sliding everyone onto the battlefield. The enemy, team far away, started to run towards Cliff, Henry, and Slinger, waving their weapons and yelling terrible war cries. Mantis Slinger turned towards Henry and placed his Gatling gun at the temple of Henry's forehead, spinning it up.
Henry turned and looked up at his old friend Mantis Slinger, confused and scared. Henry blurted out,
What are you doing, Slinger? What happened to two legends never die?
"You can't trick me twice, robot. I'd rather fight 2-on-3 because I know you'd stab me in the back." Henry looked back at Mantis Slinger, even more confused.
What? Robot? I'm not no stinking robot.
"How do I know you're the real Henry Saw?"
Because I don't have missiles loaded into my chest, and that Henry running straight at us does.
Henry said smugly, pointing to the dust cloud of enemies that was growing larger. Mantis Slinger and Henry Saw drew their respective weapons, Slinger readying his Gatling arm, and Henry readying his curved machete. As soon as the enemy was in striking distance, they would be ready to fight. The enemies had entered the blasting range. Mantis Slinger started to aim for their heads, when a wall of flash-clone snowmen blocked its and Henry's vision. Mantis Slinger and Henry yelled at the snowman to get out of the way, but Cliff did not listen, walking through the enemy's blows and creating a safe shield for the two legends.
The wall of crumbling snowmen all lifted their remaining arms from the battered mass and pointed up towards the alien emperor, who was laughing. In unison, the snowman's mouth voiced,
We don't have to fight. The only one who is our true enemy is that thing who stole us from all of our homes.
Henry stared at Cliff and all his clones, first dumbstruck, then angry. Henry yelled,
Get out of my stinking way, you stupid snowman.
Mantis Slinger agreed with Henry and started to slice through his teammate Cliff to get at the enemy.
You guys are dead meat.
Leave me alone, snowman. Let me kill. Ah.
The alien king got angry and screamed, pressing a large red button. Lava began to pour into the room, lava that would melt all the contestants. Cliff beckoned to the group.
We have no time for fighting. We have to escape. We have no choice, Slinger. We have to escape. Even if we settle our scores with these enemies, we will still be swallowed in a fiery grave.
Cliff carried Mantis and Henry through the lava and to the tower. He cloned himself and the two fighters rose towards the alien emperor. Henry yelled as they climbed the tower,
Mantis, smack that alien right in the head, and I'll deal with the lava. We've got to work together.
Mantis Slinger smacked the king off the tower, and Henry pressed the big red button that controlled the arena. The lava subsided and all the fighters were safe. They were free to go home. Cliff yelled from the top of the tower,
Y'all should stop being so mean and chill out. We can all have new beginnings after this arena. There's no need to fight anymore.
All of the heroes threw down their weapons and took the space bus that would take them all back to their homes, safe and sound.